Hey, good morning, guys. Hopefully, everyone's doing well. Thought I'd just hop on and do a Sunday morning chat about life, just life in general. I know a lot of us are overwhelmed, stressed. A lot of us face addictions, substance abuse, um, food addictions, our phone. That's one of the main problems in the world, including myself. We just have this device on us just 24/7, it seems like. And we just want to be connected, whether it's to work, family, friends. We just feel like we constantly have to look at that screen, and a lot of us have the social media. You're on 5 different social medias. You're checking that constantly. You're seeing who liked your post, and it just creates all these little dopamine hits throughout the day. And it's just so consistent throughout your day that it becomes an addiction. And we do this for day in and day out for years. And then we don't really know how to break free from it. So what I've noticed is, if you just do little steps, like maybe just set your phone away from you for an hour or two a day, and just kind of break up that consistently unhealthy routine that is kind of subconscious. We don't, we're just going through the motions throughout the day. So you're driving on the road and you look over and everybody is looking at their phone. A good 90% of people are. And it's sad because, like, I don't think they really know they're doing it. It's just something we do day in and day out, and we're just addicted, and it's just a motor skill at this point, which is crazy. We've just became so disconnected from life and just being in the present moment, and we don't realize it. A lot of us are just so stressed out thinking about the 10 million things we have to do in our day, or work, all the tasks at work and at home, and we're just constantly thinking of everything. Our minds are just overloaded, overstimulated. And you could kind of see it out in public. A lot of, you could just see the anxiousness and the anxiety a lot of people have, and it's sad. But if we just kind of break away from old habits and do just win these small battles throughout the day, tiny, just start super small baby steps. And over time, those baby steps compound, and it leads into things that are going to benefit you. And when you do it day in and day out, just like the bad habits that you're doing day in and day out, you start to see a shift within your reality and in your person, and just who you are and who you're showing up as to other people. And it's really exciting. It's so great to be just in the present moment. Like, yeah, you wake up and you do things with friends and family, and you're here physically, right? But you're not really all the way here for them. And once you make that shift to become fully present, it'll change your whole perspective on life. And everything is us pushed out. So you'll start to see your whole world start to change. All your interactions with people in your world will be different. And it's such a good humbling experience. It just feels so good because you're like, wow, everyone's just so different and nice, and it's almost confusing. But it's because you made that shift and you made that change within yourself. And that's how we could get to the level we want to get to in life. You know, a lot of us are doing the 9 to 5. We're working hard. You know, a lot of us were taught that show up and you just keep working hard. You know, the older generations, that's all they knew. And that's true. You do have to work hard, but it doesn't have to be hard. You know, it's just really perspective on life. And you know, it's not easy to change that perspective. But if you do those things I was talking about, where you break small habits, you do these small steps every day, you try to win these small battles, tiny baby steps, daily. Just like all the things you know you should be doing, but you're not doing. Putting away laundry. That's easy to throw it in the washer, throw it in the dryer. Yeah, it doesn't work for you. Then you just let it sit in the laundry basket, or you just chuck it on your bed or the floor or whatever, right? Because you don't want to put it away. Because in our minds, like, it's so difficult to put away that laundry. But it's not. It's actually really simple. And it's just this mental barrier that a lot of us have with so many things in life, where it's like putting away that laundry probably take you 5-10 minutes, and then you're good and you free up your time and you free up your mental space too. You know, like when you're living in a clutter-free space, it feels good, it looks good, and it frees up space in your mind as well. Breathing's a big part of it too. You know, it's just the simple things in life. It's like you always hear, just take, you know, meditating or whatever, you just take a deep breath, inhale and slowly exhale. And when you do those things consistently, you really start to feel life start to slow down. And when life slows down for you, that's when you can make some really great decisions and how to better yourself and how to get to that next level in life. And it'll really teach you to kind of just feel negative emotions you might have and negative thoughts. Feel them, let them come in, look at them, let them go right back out, because they're just thoughts. And you know, I don't know the science on it, how many different thousands of thoughts we have throughout the day, but it's a high number. And a lot of us believe those thoughts to be our reality. And they're really not. They're literally just thoughts. But we let it override our whole system, our whole nervous system, which is crazy because it just feels so real. And that's what creates that anxiety and the stress, and you know. But it's like if you could stop stressing about your future, don't look into the future, don't dwell on your past, just be here. Just be right here in the present moment. That's where you need to be. And it is easier said than done. I mean, because as soon as you start letting your mind wander, it's gonna go. And that's why we can go down these rabbit holes so quickly. You know, it's like scrolling on YouTube. I'm guilty of that. And you know, one thing will lead into another, and it's like, damn, how many hours just went by, and how many rabbit holes did I just go down? You know, there's a lot of good on YouTube. That's what I use it for, meditations and just positive things, you know. But there's a lot of toxic things as well that you don't really need to be feeding your mind. And it's all over the place. It's everywhere. So if you get anything out of this message, it might have been kind of scattered, but I don't have a plan. I just came on here and decided to do a little Sunday morning chat. If you got anything out of it, just slow down. Take a deep breath. Don't stress about the future. Don't dwell on your past. Get outside, enjoy some nature, some sunlight. Just doing that, I'm telling you, like, it's so basic, but it helps. Take care of yourself. Stay hydrated. Eat the right stuff. Stay away from all the toxic stuff. It's easier said than done. We all love caffeine. You know, those damn energy drinks. I was addicted to those for years. I still have a hard time saying no to those. But they're filled with so many chemicals and so many horrible things for us. So just stay with the water. Maybe throw some good powder electrolytes in there. Maybe give it some flavor, you know. Slice of lemon. Take care of yourself. And just win these small battles throughout your day, baby steps. And once you see them compound, it feels good. You'll see a shift in yourself. You'll start to look different. You'll start to speak different. And that's the beginning of the way to level up your life. And really just, that's the beginning of peace and happiness. And that's all we're all here for the same thing. And it's just for that. We just want peace and happiness. We want to wake up and just enjoy our day. You know, you want to feel good and calm. You don't want to feel all the things internally. All right, guys. Well, thanks for checking out the video. Hopefully it wasn't too scattered. Just sharing my thoughts and anything I could do to help out the community. All right, we'll see you later. Bye.